Good evening, all of you. So I believe all of you are doing well, and best of luck as regular already. I believe your examination has started from the 17th of Feb. Uh, Best of luck for your rest of all examination. Today I am here to tell you some important questions, some important topics about your ID subject. Clear? That is, I believe, on 27th of the Feb. Correct? So I'll just say some kind of some questions, some experience about some questions and all. How you are going to be attempt. What are the main and major points are going to be asked in your question paper from the part B especially. Our focus is we will discuss about the part B. The reason behind total 50 marks paper is there. Clear? And out of the 50, 10 marks you are having only for the part A, which is your employability, and rest of all the part 40 marks, which is related to the completely practical parts, like your LibreOffice Calci, writer, and some kind of a formulas, functions, and how you are going to be act when any kind of incidences happen in the office. Means workplace, how a workplace safety, security are majorly important for a particular employee. The whole things, these things are called the ethics. Okay, so we are going to be discuss about that. So I'm going to be present in front of you some kind of some major questions. So as you can see on the screen, the first of all some questions are given there. What is a workplace emergency? Clear? So what is this kind of, what is an emergency? First of all, you already know very well. Suppose a kind of an employee or you are the working in a particular company, workplace and all. There are lots of kind of emergency can be happen. Suppose you are working on a particular chair which is not in the kind of a good manner. It's not a comfortable chair there. Maybe by this posture regularly you are sitting on that, maybe from the every day from 9 to till 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or maybe the 5 o'clock you are sitting there, and because of that, because of the wrong posture your body may be stuck, and because of that you have to reach and admit in the hospital too. So it is also a kind of a particular office person duty. It's a duty of a particular owner of a business. He or she should be take care of the employees. Clear? As well as what kind of an emergency can be happen, maybe because of some suddenly incidents, maybe the electric hoods, maybe somebody can be are having some kind of a heavy things in their hand and he may be slip any kind of an accident it can be happen. Okay, maybe आपने गलती से कुछ जो बाइजी होते हैं that फर्श को क्लीन करते समय उनकी पानी रह गया हो कि क्लीन नहीं हो पाया because of the, and at the same time you are working from that side, and because of your non presence of your mind you may be slipped down. Maybe you are working, you are going downside or the upside through the lift, and because of some electrical issues you will be stuck in the lift. So at that time how they can be take out, because it may be any condition can be happen in emergency cases, maybe because of the fire issues, because of the flood, and lots of issues are there. How you are going to be taking care about this, you have to be explain what kind of an emergencies are there. Depend the how marks question has asked to you. If the question is asked in the 3 to 4 marks, then you have to be explained by the headings, topics, subtopics and all. Clear? As well as you have to be defined. The next question, as you can see there, the list of the different type of the class of fire means how many different type of classes are there. You have to be describe them like that, like total nearby the 5 classes are there, like A, B, C, D, okay, and E. So how you are going to be define them, you have to be define it. After that, the next question is, what is the first ad for the electrical emergencies? If you maybe from your colleague or somebody hurt because of the electricity, electric shock and all, what are you supposed to do? You are not supposed to be directly be touched to the particular person. Okay, I'm going to be safe because he is nearby me, he or she is nearby me, so I'm going to be touch that person. No, you will also be injured if you directly do that. So you have to be take care. You have to be know what you're supposed to do. First of all, look for the switch where you can directly cut off to the electricity area, particular wings or area where you can save the particular person. Here, as well as you have to be inform your manager, maybe the floor in charge, maybe you're a coordinator, whatever, whoever is nearby you, those who are taking care of all these things, you have to be tell them first. Clear? Then definitely the next question is about to be accidents. You have to be explain them. The next question is, what is occupational overuse syndrome? So definitely it's not only a simple term, it's very difficult. See, occupational overuse syndrome means suppose you are overburdened, you are overused, means your work is only for the limited task, but you are responsible for the lots of a thing, that is also a kind of a wrong pattern of employability. Clear? So that you have to be explained in the point by point. Next, because in our video we can't take too much long video, so I'm going to be quickly cover up all these questions. So you can see the next question: what case eye strain as well as how to avoid it. Means that if you are continuously watching a monitor from 9 to the 5 or 10, definitely if the screen is having LED or something else and all, maybe at the end your eyes will be affected. That's why the company must be, or the employee at the company must be provide a kind of a LED or things which it should be helpful for the person. Next, reason behind the health safety programs and policies are required at a workplace. As I had explained you, any kind of emergency can be happen. It may be a little bit, it may be the higher. So for that, we the employer, the employer must be take care about the health and the safety policies and the programs of a particular employee. Even a kind of a fourth grade, or it doesn't matter, it's a first grade, the employer must be take care of all these things. The next question: what is the difference between the static and the dynamic report? First of all, you have to understand the meaning of the static and the dynamic. Static means whatever content you have, you are whatever content you have, if from the source the user will be change the content value in the static, there will be no effect will be going ahead. Clear? And in the dynamic, whatever content, they are interlinked right now. The dynamic is always interlinked from source and the wherever the data has visible. Clear? So wherever, if the user want to be changed, if user has changed in the main source file, automatically the report also can be changed. Automatic content has changed according to the source file. This is the main actual difference between the dynamic and static report. The next question is regarding to the what is the main difference between the form and report. What is a form? What is a report? Form is a kind of an input area where the user are going to be enter the data in a particular format of a form, and report is provide the output. The whatever the summary of a particular content or data, it will be display about a particular contents. Next, what is a table? Table you already knows very well. Table is a kind of a intersection of table is a kind of a set of a rows and column, or a cell is a intersection of what? Rows and column. Means wherever the row and column are going to be meet, that particular box area is called your cell, and table content thousands of cells in it. Okay, it's depend the number of rows multiplied by the number of columns. What is RDBMS? RDBMS stands for the Relational Database Management System. Whatever content, whatever visualize you are seeing, that means rows, column, form, design, table, query, all these things are called your RDBMS because these are always interrelated. Here, the next question is, what is the constant? Constant means there is some rules. Suppose you are going to be enter some data in a particular table. So the data must be neat, clean and correct. For that, some rules are predefined. Or these predefined rules are called the constant of a table. Just like a primary key, foreign key, note null, check, okay, data validation. All these kind of a constant. Here means suppose if I am taking an example of a particular class roll number. Okay, so suppose if I am going to be allot a particular student roll number 5, means nobody else can have the 5 roll that roll number. Okay, clear, in a particular class. Okay, in another class that can be there. That is the different issue. For that, if we are talking about the another class, that time we have to take the admission number. Admission number is always unique a particular school. Clear or same? If we are talking about in a state, that time admission number is same. That time we are going to be get that is already you are here the name of the upper ID. Upper ID is always unique in all over India, not about only. Why the reason behind? Because it is directly connected to the your Aadhaar card. Clear? So wherever the unique data or content are there, we are going to be apply a kind of a primary key. So easily we can identify a particular unique rows, data or column. Clear? For that, constraints means a kind of a rule. So rule, there are lots of rules like keys rules are there, as well as you can call your field rules are there. Some data validation rules are there. These things call your constraint. Then the next question, if you are talking about, that's your is primary key key holder field can leave empty. Explain it. No, it's not, because wherever we are having, where we, whatever field we are, there is, if we are going to be apply a primary key, we can't able to give empty value. We can't supposed to be leave that cell empty, leave that column empty. We have to be enter some data in the particular column. If we forget to be enter and we are supposed to move to the next row, that time you will get a kind of a dialog box, that's called your error dialog box. In the dialog box it will tell you about you have to be enter some value in the particular field, because of the primary key has stored or applied on the particular field. Clear? The next question, what is the difference between the primary key and the foreign key? So you have to be careful behind your word. Remember, there is a two things, primary key and the foreign key. Primary key means in a particular table a kind of a field where a kind of a key which is used to denote a particular unique data, that is the primary key. The same primary key when we supposed to use in another table, so in the another table it is known as a foreign key. But remember, foreign key can store a null value because it's not a primary key. Okay, it's a foreign key, but primary key always store a unique value, not a null value. Next, what are the data types in DBMS? First of all, let's to understand DBMS means database management system. Data means which is used to identify about the data, like you are having your number, integer, float, text, image, as well as your uh, OLE means object linking environment. There are lots of a kind of a data types are there. Image, okay, like JPG, all these kind of a data types are there. So next is how to execute a query. First of all, understand what is a query. Query means a kind of a questions which you are going to be asked from a database. Means a kind of a query. It's a kind of a syntax, some rules, some kind of a line, set of the lines of syntax where the user going to be write it, and the computer is going to be, according to the query, computer get the data from the database and tell you these are related data about your query are there. Next, which operator you use to find the similar value for a table from a table? That's called your like operator. Means like operator is especially used for what? To get the similar value. Like suppose you said, okay, you have to tell me the name of or the all detail of the employee whose name start from L, whose name start from M, whose name start from A. Okay, for that, what we are supposed to do? We have to be write down. We have to use the like operator. Next, what is the relationship? Explain it with an example. So relationship means it's a kind of a term where we are supposed to be connect two or more table, okay, with each other. Clear? For them we are going to use relationship. There are the lots of a type of relationships are there, one to one, one to many, many to many, many to one. But four type of relationships are there. Here, how to arrange our data in a table. So how we are going to be arranged for arranging with what kind of things we are going to use for order by we are supposed to use in ascending order and the descending order. You to tell me the particular steps. What is a field? A field is a set of a similar kind of a data. Suppose the field name is roll number, so in that particular column only the roll number must be mentioned. It not means ki the field data type is the integer, so you are going to be enter the mobile number. It's not possible. Clear? So field means if whatever the headings are there regarding to the field name, the same content must be there. So field is a set of similar kind of data. Next, what what trig change feature of, okay, what is the trig change feature of LibreOffice and how it is useful? As we had in a classroom, we lots of time we had discussed about the trig change feature. You have to be explained it neat and cleanly and properly. It's how to add comments in a protected file. Okay, and is user can edit it. So definitely, if a file is already password protected, so user can't supposed to be edit that particular file, but user can add some comments. That is possible. Next, What are the features of the sharing a spreadsheet? Definitely, if a particular spreadsheet is there and the same spreadsheet and multiple person want to be do the work on the particular file. So what is supposed to user can be share link by the mail or by the message or by the WhatsApp, anything you can share the particular Excel file or your LibreCalc file. So the multiple user can be enter the data same time. Many of the time government do this all the things to survey some data and all. Okay. So next question, if you are talking about, next question is how to add comments. Okay, that we already done. The next question number 24. What is the internal and external linking of data? Definitely, suppose a particular Excel file you are having, Excel or you can say Calci file you are having, and there is a multiple tabs are there. Multiple tabs means multiple different types of sheets are there. Clear? So you want to be just connect the data from one sheet to the other sheet. That kind of a linking is called your internal linking. And same if you want to be connected from the another Excel file, another sheet, worksheet, workbook, that time you have to be apply the external linking of data. Clear? Next is what is hyperlink. Hyperlink is a kind of a reference of another file, another page, another linking. Okay, it's a kind of a link or connection between two or more than two different kind of a file and connectivity. This is your hyperlink. The next question: give any two advantages of the macro. Macro. What is first of you understand what is macro? Macro means a kind of a set of instructions. Macro is a set of instruction which is user defined. Okay, macro is defined by the user. It's a kind of a feature. So if the multiple kind of a task user want to be do it with a shortcut key, with a shortcut ways and all. Now for that time you have user can create a macro. In our programming term we call it user defined function. Okay, there are the two defined function, predefined and user defined. So macro is used to be apply according to the user features and all. Clear? Next, how macro is different from the predefined function just I had explained. Clear? Next, how to be create and run a macro. Each and every step I had told you in the classroom to be write down the steps one by one, and even including the and how to be run the macro function also. Name two tools of data analysis. How many tools? There are lots of tools like goal seek are there, what if analysis scenario there, scenarios are there, consultant are there, lots of functions. Explain them also. Okay, which tool is used to create an outline for the selected data? Which tool you are going to think and comment it. I just wait for your comments. Next question. Define the goal seek and the subtotal. We had already done lots of times goal seek to particular to get the target value. Which kind of a tool you are going to use? There is a goal you want to be catch that goal. Which kind of goal you are going to use? Next, subtotal, so whatever the groups are there by the group. If you want to be get the subtotal of a particular according to the group wise, we are supposed to be use your subtotal function. How to identify an absolute cell referencing? This question is from the class 9, even from your book also is there. Okay, referencing means a kind of a cell address. Cell reference means cell address. Wherever you are going to be make them constant. Okay, to make them constant, what you're supposed to use? You have to use a dollar symbol in front of a particular column name, row number, or whatever. Okay, whatever you are going to be use wherever in front of the name you are going to be used, that will be constant, or that thing is called your absolute cell referencing. Next, name the default function while using the consolidated feature. By default, some function is there. Here, by default, some function is there. To find a target value, target value or position, which tool is going to be goal seek feature is there. Okay, name any two categories of a template. Oh, lots of time we did it. Go through it and write down the comments. Next, how do we prepare a document for the review? How you will do the review? Go through that quickly. You have to prepare step by step. Remember, if you will only go by the reading the book, okay, scans ये है, that's it, तो उससे कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. अगर आपको उस क्वेश्चन को सही तरीके से अटेम्प्ट करना है, सीरियसली बता रहा हूं मैं, आप सिंपल टर्म क्या करो, इन क्वेश्चंस को पढ़ो. आप पढ़ सकते हो, पहले आपको इनफ टाइम है भी, पढ़ो, प्रिपेयर करो, और उस इन क्वेश्चंस को जो मैंने क्वेश्चन इस लिस्ट में शेयर किए हैं, क्वेश्चन बताए हैं, डिस्कस किए हैं, उन क्वेश्चन को एक एक का आप आंसर सॉर्ट आउट करो, उसे लिखो अपने रफ नोटबुक के अंदर, उसे चेक करो कि उसके बाद अपनी नोटबुक से मैचअप करो आप कितना उसको प्रिपेयर कर पा रहे हो. यानी कि मैंने जो क्वेश्चन बनाए वो हर क्वेश्चन मेरे को 3 मार्क्स प्लस के अकॉर्डिंग बनाए। कुछ क्वेश्चन है जो 1 मार्क्स है, जैसे कि जो पॉइंट टू पॉइंट क्वेश्चन, जैसे कि 34 नंबर क्वेश्चन है या 35 नंबर क्वेश्चन है, वो पॉइंट टू पॉइंट है, वो 1 मार्क्स में काउंट करता हूँ। बाकी लगभग सारे 3 मार्क्स के अकॉर्डिंग है। तो आपको 3 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन कितने वर्ड्स के अकॉर्डिंग होना चाहिए, उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको उसको ध्यान रखना, उसको अटेम्प्ट करना है। ऐसा नहीं है कि आप किसी को एक लाइन में आंसर कर रहे हो और सोचो कि हाँ मेरा तो हो गया, और वहां जाके फिर एक लाइन में 3 मार्क्स कोई नहीं देगा। बी केयरफुल रिगार्डिंग इट। क्लियर? Next, what is the difference between accept track changes and accept all track changes button? Definitely तो एक accept track change means केवल एक ही जो change हुआ है उसको accept करने के लिए, accept all whatever a user has made the change, you want to be apply the same file, apply all the changes for that you are to use. Explain the TOC, table of content, explain it, write the steps to insert an image in basic drawing shape. You have to be how you can insert a particular drawing shape. By lots of features are there. By drag and drop you can insert. By click on the insert, click on picture, you can select it. You can also draw the shapes. Lots of features are there. Go through it. How to change property of drawing object particular. First of all, you have to select that object, right click on it, properties there. There are lots of property like name, align, arrangement, alignment, anchoring, positioning. Lots of things are there. Go through, practice it. First of all, perform in the computer, laptop. Then you have to write down the answer in the proper way, and you have to mention minimum 5 to 7 different type of properties. That properties default are there. You want to change it, you can change it. Okay. Then 41 number question. It's actually about what is anchoring and alignment in the reference of object. The same question. 40 and 41 both are nearby same question. You have to explain it. What is the text swapping? That is also, that means how you are going to arrange your text. Okay, that you have to be explained. How to resize an image and how it is different from the cropping of an image. That question multiple times we had asked in our pre-boards, even our the thing, what do you call that, term two, or we had an even term one also. Okay, so still my request, you have to be go through it, how to be resize an image and how it is different from the cropping of an image. So resize कैसे होगा, कम resize में तो उसकी actual image कम, रेजोल्यूशन कम होगा, बट क्रॉपिंग की रेजोल्यूशन वही रहता है, बट उसके जो साइड्स में जो एडिशनल पार्ट्स होता है वो क्या होता है, रिमूव हो जाता है। जो पार्ट्स हम नहीं चाहते, अनवांटेड पार्ट्स को कट कर देते हैं। नेक्स्ट इज हाउ टू चेंज टेक्स्ट स्टाइल ऑफ कंटेंट, मींस व्हाटएवर आपका पैराग्राफ है उसकी स्टाइल कैसे चेंज करोगे, कैलिब्रेट से किसी और में टाइम्स नाउ रोमन में जाना है या कोई चेंज में कैसे करोगे। ये कुछ मैंने मेजर कुछ क्वेश्चंस आपको मैंने बताए। अब ये जरूरी नहीं है कि यही क्वेश्चन आएंगे, इनके मैंने कुछ वो रेफरेंशियल क्वेश्चन उठाए तो पार्ट बी को इसको कवर किया है। आप इन क्वेश्चन को अच्छे से प्रिपेयर कर लेना। इनके साथ साथ में आपका जो सिलेबस है, ठीक है, बाकियों को एक बार उनको गो थ्रू होना, क्योंकि ये मैंने कल रेफरेंस के लिए निकाला है। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि यही क्वेश्चन आएंगे, पर मेरा एक आइडिया है, मैंने जो क्वेश्चन बना के तैयार किए हैं वो लगभग आपके सिलेबस के पार्ट बी के सिलेबस को कवर करता है। ठीक है, ओके, बेस्ट ऑफ लक ऑल ऑफ यू। फिर भी अगर किसी को कुछ डाउट, कुछ इश्यूज, कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रहे हो तो प्लीज कमेंट करो, और जैसे जैसे टाइम मिलेगा तो मैं उसके अकॉर्डिंग में इसको एक वीडियो और बना करके आपको मैं सबमिट कर दूंगा। ठीक है, फिर भी अगर किसी को कुछ डाउट हो तो प्लीज कमेंट, and thank you. Best of luck.